Hello, and as you can see, I have a problem. So this is my foray into Age of Sigmar, which just kind of started at Christmas time. And the more I get into it, the more I actually love the game, I love the lore, I love everything that's happening with Age of Sigmar at the minute. So whenever I got into wargaming, I originally got into Warhammer Fantasy Battle because I loved the idea of huge fantasy armies, chasing each other over the battlefield, dragons and wizards and all that epic stuff that I read about in books that I had loved from the Lord of the Rings films, and Warhammer Fantasy Battle really captured that. I was in the camp of disgruntled Warhammer Fantasy fans when Age of Sigmar came around, and to be honest, to this day, still don't like the Stormcast. Not my favourite thing about the lore, but here we are. So, as you can see, I have kind of, those are my shelves at the minute with, various armies in different stages. So, yeah, I've got about 1,000 points of Head and Knights of Slaanesh here. I've got about 1,000 points of Chaos Warriors, Slaves to Darkness, 1,000 points of Ironeth Deepkin. That, along with the Darkling Covens that I already have, gets me about 1,500 points of Cities of Sigmar Darkling Covens. And then with this, I have got more Slaaneshi models, Orc Shaman, to add to my growing Iron Boys force. So, looking forward to getting him. These are on the painting table at the minute. Working through these cracker models that they are too. Let's have a look at one of them. Fantastic models. Working through the highlights and the shading in them. Hopefully have them finished soon. Ard Boys, not my favourite models in the world. Got them painted. Happy with how that looks. That's the Warcry band. They need rebased. And then the War Chanta. Gordrak in various bits. Ready to be painted. He's just sitting in along with all the paints because I was reorganising the room and that's what happened. So we're not shaman to join them. Arleth Stone Mage for my Lumineth, which currently have these 10. Avalanora Stoneheart King. Some more Dawn Riders on top of the Dawn Riders, Light of Eltharion and Wardens that are already painted. More of those, and yeah, really liking Ironeth Deepkin. There is a channel, I'm sure you all know of it by now, which is Rerolling Ones, and on that channel they have a guest who occasionally appears, which is Greg from Grumpy Old Gamer. It's because of him that I have gone for a Deepkin army, because his paint scheme is just fantastic and it just looks brilliant on the battlefield. So that's what I'll be hoping to do. So with this set, I'm going to build a Volturnus, 3 Alapexes, Spellcaster, which is a Tidecaster, and then the Start Collecting set gives me the 2 battle line, hero, and 2 more units, and that's actually comes to 1,000 points. So yeah, loads of hobby stuff to do, and I'll keep you updated as all of this goes along. Chat soon. Hello everyone. I know I'm a bit late to the party with this video, but I recently, well, probably most recently I've gotten kind of back into fantasy wargaming, but I recently bought the Shadow and Pain box set. I wanted to do a review on it because I've been wargaming, and I've been wargaming with Games Workshop for quite a number of years, mostly 40k, Warhammer Fantasy before that. I mean, there's the miniatures you get, and that is just the miniatures. I mean, that is a chunk of models. Where's the image that they send with the book, which is just great. I mean, that's what you get in it. So, I mean, there's loads of models there, plenty of plastic to get stuck into. You get the War Scroll cards, printed out for you for ease of access. You get this nifty counter set with, objective markers, command points, and 2 rulers, 1 for each player. The only issue I might have is that they didn't include any dice, which to me is a little bit of a pet peeve. I mean, it's not hard to include some dice. But other than that, in my opinion, this is the most user-friendly, the most new player-friendly box set that Games Workshop have ever done. And it's literally to do with this. I've just thumbed through this. I've just read some bits out of this. And for me, as a relatively new player to Age of Sigmar, for me, for anyone that's a relatively new player to Age of Sigmar, this is just fantastic, because this is what wargaming used to be like with Games Workshop, and now I'm so glad to see that they've come around to it. I bought the last 40k box set, the Indomitus one, and you got the models, and that was it. You got the rulebook, that was it. There was no extra sort of thing to that. And although the Indominus set's a great set and there's loads of models in it, what they've done with Shadow and Pain, what they've done with this book, it just sort of, for me, just sort of really broke the seal. I mean, for a start, it's like an army book. Okay, you get all the lore between Slaanesh and the Daughters of Cain. I mean, it's not much, but there's what, 15 pages there of text and images, which for a starter set's pretty good. I mean, there's some army books in 40k don't even have that length. Then you get the glossary, the miniatures painted and what they look like to give you some inspiration what to do, and that's really nice too. And then this is what caught me, because I thought, okay, that's going to be it, and then maybe it's going to be the instructions, or maybe it's going to be something else, but no. There's actual rules that go into a little bit more depth than the core rules. You get the core rules, that's good, you get those as a free PDF download anyway, but the fact that you have the physical copy, that's really good. But this, they tell you Umbral Veil, a realm of battle. It has a unique spell, it has Realmscape features, and realm commands. It then has got battle plans that use the models that you get in the box set. So for people that are just starting out in the game, this might be the only model that they have. 2 people are able to get together, build up each force, and then play 1, 2, 3 missions. 3 missions. 3 separate missions, each with their own objectives and each with their own different outcome, to get you used to playing the game. A sort of a mini campaign. And then you've got War Scroll battalions. Apologies, the wife came in to tell me, oh, that doesn't really matter what she told me. So you get the battle plans, you get sort of this mini campaign of 3 battles, and you can progress through those, and it gets you used to how to play Age of Sigmar. Then you get the War Scroll battalions. And whenever I started Age of Sigmar, whenever I kind of got into it, I heard this phrase War Scroll battalion sort of thrown about it, and I was like, what is a War Scroll battalion? And then it was just a little bit sort of daunting and confusing. But you get 2 War Scroll battalions with this, so I mean, it's just sort of everything is here for you. It's just so good. And then after that, in case you lose the little War Scroll battalion cards, I mean, you've got them there as well. This is just, for a starter, and it's quite chunky too. I mean, it's not like a pamphlet that you're getting. It's 42 pages. This to me was just icing on the cake of an already wonderful box set. I mean, you get the different battle plans. You're able to learn the game in a fun, narrative way, and it just is fantastic. And kudos to Games Workshop for really sort of taking that extra step to include that level of detail. And I mean, it's not much detail. It's 3 battle plans, and that's it. But it's just that little extra. This is what you can do to play, and this is what you can do. It reminded me of the excitement I had when I was 11, 12 years of age, and I bought the Games Workshop Lord of the Rings starter set, Return of the King. And in it, you had the narrative of the Return of the King with all the models that you needed to play and the objectives for that game. And that always got me very excited because it gave you purpose to your collection. It was just like, okay, if I get Frodo, I'm able to play this game. If I get Aragorn, I'm able to play this game. etc, etc. And this does exactly the same. These are the models that you need to play this narrative game, this game that makes you a part of the unfolding story of Age of Sigmar. That just gets me really excited. So I just wanted to mention that. I just wanted to say that. I probably have rambled on for a long time here at the end of this hobby video. Once again, brilliant, lovely models, lovely artwork. Yeah, so happy wargaming, guys. Keep it at it.